Hello everyone, welcome to this cold and gloomy day we have today here in lovely Iowa. We have our planner already pulled out. It's actually the first thing we did this year for the most part. Did a little post-winter prep to get all of our stuff back in the shed, but other than that, if you want to see the process of going through this planner and getting everything ready, I have several videos from last year that I've already done. But for now, the first actual real job we're going to be doing is something we had planned that we knew we had to get done. But we'll go through and show you what we're up to. Okay, so we have these gauge wheels right here, and I will take one off and show you what is up. So these gauge wheels is what sets our depth. They pivot up and down, and then this little device is a stopper. But what happens is, when it does it for so long, it starts cutting into the metal right there. It's pitted. And then your depth isn't properly set anymore. So we're gonna go through and take all these arms off and then replace them with new ones. So that's kind of the main job for this year on the planner. All right, I just got all the wheels off, and word has it that spray this up with some WD-40 and an air hammer will take it right out. So all I got to do is pull this set pin out, pull that out, and then just hammers off of there. So we're gonna give it a whirl.
Saturday, 11 to 4. Located next to the Southbridge Mall.
Operator positions. 3M has been named one of America's most responsible companies. Savings and retirement. Then choose a time to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the With a high 56 today. Tonight mostly clear, low 38. From the county tomorrow, high 8. From the county for the weekend, high 56. Sunday's high 64.
So I gotta switch over all the bushings, set screws, and we gotta tap these out too.
Oh yeah. Push that bushing on what new one.
Yeah, just
Might be the press.
it's got threads.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How to do it? But they're a little pricey.
So that is everything off of this old one. So now I just have to transfer all the bushings and pieces over to the new one and reinstall the arm, and then it's golden. Okay, we're back in the shop. We've done a ton of running around, but let me show you what we got. First, I'll show you the problem. So these are our new arms, which we thought we needed a different style. Here's the old ones. Basically, the only difference is the inside of this one is threaded and this one is smooth. This bushing is threaded, and it wouldn't thread into the smooth new arms. They don't make the old ones anymore. So basically what we had to do is buy a whole new box of bushings. So now we're kind of back to square one of reassembling. Hopefully everything else will swap over a little better than the first thing we tried, but that's just how she goes. Let's see what this new bushing looks like. Damn. Yeah, it's two different things that do the same thing. This one's got a square end though, whereas this one's the old school hex. I'd like that better. So, yeah, that's the only difference. Why they changed it? No idea. Probably to make you buy these. Okay. Yep. That's all she is. Then I gotta tap the grease zerk, so I'll probably do that first. Tap her here. So I gotta tap the zerks, swap them over, put the set pins inside of there, and hammer it back on. Pretty standard. Not gonna lie, I've tapped before, but I've never really done it a lot. You know who's good at this? My grandpa. I'll go ask him. Yeah, I'm assuming this is just how it goes.
I think they feed each other in. Yeah. It felt like it went.
Yep. I think so.
That's it.
Yeah.
We just keep doing through them.
Yeah. If you want to do that, you can. If you use the vise, all the new arms will need it. And then I'll take them off. I'll take the old ones off if you want to kind of assemble the new ones.
Keep ready for it.
Yeah. So the new ones take these new bushings, just screw in, and then these set screws right there. That's about it.
Well, I'll try one. If I screw it all up, I'll go quick.
Yeah, I already have two apart, so if you want to try the other one. I'm on another little side quest. So I'm on top of the roof of this old shed of ours. I gotta cut down that limb. Kind of blew onto the roof. So, just trying to get past this here without dying. So at least if I fall that way, I can catch that tree. We got some fuel cultivator sweeps in the back of the truck. I just gotta get. So I'll update you a little bit on where we're at with the planter. We got all the arms assembled and then kind of starting to put them back on the planter. That's kind of where we left off. Okay, we're down to the last two of these gauge wheels. I just got to put on the planter row. The rest of them we just kind of hand did. Just got a couple bushings I got to throw inside of them. But once I get the bushings in and actually get around to assembling them, I got to do a spin test. I'll show you. These are the most awkward things to get on. Now we'll do the spin test. So basically I just gotta take these, tighten them down, give this gauge wheel a spin, and then it's not supposed to spin freely. It's supposed to catch on this blade. And then not be enough to, it's just gonna be just right. Okay, I got this tightened down and now when you go to spin this, you can't at all. So basically I gotta go through and do this to every row. This is a 16 row planter and there's 2 for every row. So it takes quite a while, but. I've got to bring this gauge wheel out. so this is about where you want it. Might be a little, yeah, it's a little tight, I'd say. Okay, so I'm gonna call this one good. I'm gonna move on to the next one. And since we have all new arms and bushings, they're all gonna be off. So it's gonna take a long while to go through all these. But that is what I'm doing for now. I suppose some of you are asking why we're doing this. Because, okay, so basically I just have to explain how each row works. I'm not sure if I've ever done this in a previous video or not. I might have. So we'll start at the front, because it's the first thing to go through. So these right here are called trash, move this. So these right here are called trash whippers. And so last year's crop that's still laying on the ground, that's, you know, been tore up and what have you, it's laying on the dirt. So the first thing it does is these rotate and kind of just fling it, you know, corn stalks, bean stubble, whatever it may be on the ground, kind of flings it out of the way is all. Okay, so then this right here is called the disc opener, right behind the trash whippers. This actually digs into the ground, kind of makes the trench for the seed to drop into, which is kind of, these vacuum hoses are sucking seed from the big bulk tanks in the back into these little mini hoppers. These just have kind of a gear system, and it just spins a plate that grabs kernels of corn or beans and then drops them basically just through a seed tube that is sitting inside of these plates. So it's just dropping seed as the tires move because it's on that gear system. So these gauge wheels here, the big ones, and then these right here, these are called the closing wheels. They both kind of work together to help close the trench that you know buries the seed. And then the gauge wheel is also supposed to rub on the disc because it actually doubles as a mud scraper. So if there's any trash or whatever that gets on this opener, it kind of scrapes it off. There's also a set of scrapers behind it that does the same job, but the John Deere mechanics, they all say that this assists that as well. Other than that, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's just a machine that basically does what you would in a garden where, you know, dig a trench, put the seed in, bury it up, call it a day. So basically it's just a machine that is kind of doing that for you in mass amounts. But that's why we're going through with these gauge wheels though, and making sure they have just enough drag on them. And then we basically just go through each row, clean them out. Any dirt, old seed maybe gets stuck in there. Just look for general maintenance, cracked hoses, broken pieces. Dad's going through and replacing these rubber seals inside of this lid because, like I said, there's a vacuum inside of there, so everything's kind of got a seal on it. So if you break your seal, then you don't get a vacuum and you won't get the proper amount of seed fed to the row unit. And yeah, I mean, other than that, it's really about all she wrote with the row units, at least. Each one does have a sensor, so we'll go through and do that at a later date, but for now what I'm doing is just setting our drag on our gauge wheels. Okay, I want to show you a little something. So the one I just did, I went to move to the next one, and so you can see the difference between the bushing that's there versus this one's all the way screwed in, sticking out there. And this did have the proper drag on it, which I loosened it already, but when I went to tighten this one, I got lucky, and it actually is perfect, just how it's set up. But I think you could tell by the pitch of it that I think I did this one wrong. So I think I need to go the other way because it starts to pitch this wheel. Maybe you can tell. This one's cockeyed like that, and this one's kind of more flush with it. I think this one's correct, and then this one needs to go out. I need to pull this bushing out, and I think I'll pull it closer. I'll still get the drag. It'll just kind of pitch it differently, and I think it's the proper pitch too. So I need to redo this one. So I had to put this one back because adjusting it the other way just didn't work. So screw that one. I'm just gonna keep going. if I run into it further down the line as I go, then I know it's just whatever. But if I don't, I might swap a new wheel for that one, the rubber wheel. I might swap one out, see if that doesn't fix it. Because the only thing I can think of is maybe this wheel is worn thin a little more than the other one. I don't know. But that did not work. So, on we go. Oh yeah, if you are an actual farmer watching this and you're actually looking for like a how-to, like an in-depth service of John Deere planter, I filmed one last year and I think I showed like every single thing that we do to it. So if you're interested in that, just check out the one from earlier on. I think it's even called How to Service a 1770 John Deere planter. Check her out. So the next thing we're working on is...
Almost got to put both of them in at once, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. So we're going to be working on this little end piece right here. We noticed it was crooked. So we started tearing into it and these bushings popped out. So you can see that it's got this groove in it. And the new one does not. So we just got to go through and change all of these out, and then
From the inside out.
Yeah, should be properly together. They go in one way and one way only. You spin it, it'll kind of pop in. Because that little groove is
Okay, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Is there a nut on the inside?
There's a nut.
Oh, okay. I thought it threaded. Need a bolt ribs on the inside?
No, I think it can help place. That's a lot less sloppy. So yeah, if you take this new one, wiggle it. There you go. Here's an old one. So I think all of them have some sort of play in it. Old one, new one. Oh, that one won't come out because it's slotted. Golden. It's not wiggling.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're good for the zircon now, I suppose.
Yeah.